Hello, viewers, and welcome to another episode of Excel Learning to Excel in Excel. Today, we are going to talk about a topic which is really close to my heart because this is one area which really takes away a lot of my time, as well as I believe any person who has ever worked as an analyst or working as an analyst, or be it in MIS or as a business analyst, which is data cleanup. Yeah, we'll talk about how to automate data cleanup without using VBA. Now that's the catch. VBA stands for Visual Basic for Applications and is the backend language for MS Excel. In simple terminology, it is also called macros, which basically automates mundane tasks in Excel. But for running a VBA, we either need to be experts in coding or we need to record the steps in Excel very carefully so that we are able to achieve the desired results, which in itself is a big challenge. Typically, we have to reach out to consultants in order to get this done. Today, I'm going to talk about a topic which is called Power Query, which really helps us do this without a prior knowledge of any kind of coding, plus no dependence on external consultants. And the best part is, this is something which you can apply at once and you get the benefits every time you run the same report. Yeah, so that is what we are going to see today. I'm going to take a small example today to illustrate what Power Query can do for us. And in the coming videos, I'll put up things on Power Query, Power Pivot, as well as Power BI, because that is Power BI is actually the future, and Power Query is one of the enablers of Power BI. But keeping the context right now to MS Excel, we'll talk about Power Query in today's session. Before we start the journey, in case you like the content, do consider subscribing to my channel and hit the bell icon to receive a notification as soon as a new video is released. So let's get started. I have taken a small data sample. This data sample is basically, imagine a company which has got a lot of items denoted by respective item codes and the sales amounts. Now, if you observe closely, and let me just show you, just remember this S3 has a sales amount of 1 crore rupees. You will find there are repetitions. There are repetitions happening after few number of rows. This is purely by virtue of the fact that here the sales are for multiple months, month 1, month 2. In order to just illustrate to you the power of or the concept of Power Query, I have eliminated that angle and kept the data very simple, just like item code and the corresponding sales amount month wise. Yeah, here months are not getting represented as a column, but basically it is by virtue of the fact that data is or item codes are getting repeated after a respective frequency. Now this is a data that we have. Now what is the problem that actually lies with the data? Let me first come to that. Typically if I type 1 and 2, and if I add these two, or rather if I don't add, simply I just select these two with my mouse or using the keypad, you will see the sum automatically appears here. So here I have added two characters 1 and 2, the sum is coming to be 3. Now look at this. If I add these three, you will see it will not show me the sum. Instead, what it is showing me is basically the count. Now why does that happen? Observe closely, guys. You will see that there is a green icon, or rather green symbol, in each of the cells. This basically shows that the numbers are being read as text by Excel. And when they are being read as text by Excel, Excel is not able to perform any kind of operation on it. So what is our task in hand? Our task in hand is basically to convert this text into numbers, step one, and second is to convert it into a summary, because this is running into 90 rows, which is very difficult to analyze. So what is our destination? Let me just show you the destination and then we'll come to the how to part. If you look at the destination, you will see here the step one. Let me just increase this size. Step one is basically I want the amount to be shown as amount. So now if you see, I have selected the same three rows or same three numbers, or rather same three cells, but here it is showing me a sum. Unlike earlier where it was I had selected three cells, but it was not showing me a sum. Just look at this. If I just select this, it was not showing me a sum, rather it was only showing me a count. Yeah, so we killed that problem. That is the step number one, if you see, which is the cleaned data. And based on the clean data, we have the pivot, which is now summarizing. So I have got 22 unique codes with a total sales turnover of 230 crores. That is what we can see from here. So our objective is twofold. One is to get this to step one, and then to step two. Now, what is the catch? Now, some you might say कि sir ये तो हम ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं. We can do it any which ways, because we just need to apply one cleanup step, and then we will just roll this data up into a pivot, and we will get the desired result. Now, if I ask you the next question, what happens the next month? Again, you will have, let's say, 20 rows of data added or 5 rows of data added. What again? What next? So again, you will have to just do the same exercise again. You'll have to again select the data. You'll have to again clean up this data by using text to columns, and then again refresh the pivot. Now, imagine guys, here I'm talking about only one cleanup step. In real life, there will be a lot of cleanups to be required to be done. One maybe on numbers, one maybe you receive dates in a different format, so you need to convert dates as well. One might be you're receiving text all in upper text, or upper what do you call, uh, small cap, large cap, I don't know, I'm just missing the term. You need to convert your text to upper or lower, those kind of stuff. So all this can be automated at once, and every time we just need to refresh it 2 times. Yeah, every time whenever there is a change in the data. So let's see how it is done. So this is my base data. What I'm going to do is, now I'm going to load it in the Power Query. Now Power Query is a separate add-in. Actually, it's a function of which version of Excel you are using. I am using Excel 2016, and hence it is available under data tab in the new query. I mean, this is basically the option that I'm talking about. It is called get and transform. It is called get and transform. That is what I can see over here. If you are using the older version, let me just write it for you. If you are using the older version, which is MS 2013, in that case it's available as an add-in, available bracket preloaded as an add-in, need to activate. How do we activate that? While I'll not be able to show you exact steps, but I'll tell you how do you really reach that step in order to activate. Just go over to the file menu, go over to the options. Inside options, you can see this add-ins option. Inside add-ins, you will see this, while it is not reflecting here because I'm using 2016, you just need to go to com add-ins. Inside com add-ins, you will see an option for Power Query. Just activate it from there. In case you're using MS 2010, download from website. Download from Microsoft website. This will give you the add-in. Once you download it from Microsoft website, again the process remains, rest of the process is same. Just need to go to the add-ins, you need to activate it. Yeah, for the time being, so this is the step. And sorry, I missed saying, Power Query is something which is available only starting 2010. So I'm sorry guys, if you're using 2007 and earlier versions, you won't be able to reap the benefits of Power Query. My suggestion is kindly upgrade ASAP. Okay, now, so what we're going to do is, I've already had my data in the table format. I am simply going to click on this option, which is from table. As soon as I click over here, it will open up a new window. Let me just try and make you familiar with what this window contains, and then we'll perform the operation. So please look at it closely. You will find it is called the Power Query Editor. It is similar to the Excel interface, slightly different although, but it opens in a separate window. So you see my Excel is separate and my Power Query Editor is separate. Inside Power Query Editor, there are 4 tabs: Home, transform, add column and view. I'm not going into the very details of all those because that will cover gradually. Let me straight away come to the table that we have loaded. Now let me remove the automatic step it applied. So what I did is I just pulled my data which was already arranged as a table in Power Query Editor. In Power Query Editor, anything that you pull is called a query. The concept of Power Query itself is that it is a query just like SQL database, wherein you are asking the Power Query part of MS Excel to execute certain steps for us. That is what we are trying to do here, and hence each import is called a query over here. Okay? Now if you look at here, the most critical thing, what was our first objective? The objective was to convert it into a number. You see, it is called ABC123 in the terminology of Power Query. Even in simple terminology, we understand that ABC123 means a alphanumeric character, which essentially means a text. What we are going to do is we are simply going to right click and we are going to say change type and decimal number. That's all. Our transformation is done. So our objective was to convert it into a decimal number. That is what we have done, right? Now I will just go and close and load. I will click on close and load. Guys, don't get overwhelmed. I think we are just starting. I'm just trying to make you understand the power of Power Query. Gradually we will come to understand the nitty-gritties of it. Yeah, so we'll just go to close and load. Once you click on close and load, see there is a separate window that opened over here which is called workbook queries inside the same Excel, as well as there is a separate worksheet that got created here, sheet 2, and the same data got loaded once again. If you see, my data was there in sheet 1. If you can recollect, sheet 1 was my original data, and after I perform this step, the same data is now appearing in sheet 2 as well, but this time it is additive. You see, now if I'm just putting my cursor on these three together, these three cells, it is now showing me a sum instead of the count. So our first objective is fulfilled. Our second objective was creating a table out of it. That is very simple. So let me just rename this sheet. I'll rename it as step 1 cleanup. Okay? Now I just need to select my data. I'll simply go to insert and pivot table. That was our objective. I'll just go and insert it in a new worksheet wherein I have got the item here and the sales here. And if I were to just summarize, yes, I'm done with it. Okay. Now let me just rename it as step 2, which is pivot. Step 2 pivot. Now let us understand where does the power lie. Just imagine in this same data set which we were using, wherein we were ending here in row number 90, just imagine I copy some data and duplicate it here. Just imagine as if these are the data for the new month. Yeah, now my objective is I want this pivot refreshed. What am I going to do? Very simple to say, and I told you guys it will be in 2 steps after you do the initial hard work of creating the query. Step number 1, I will just go to the data tab. I will just go to the data tab and I will click on refresh all. I will click on refresh all. Second step will be I'll go to the pivot, analyze, refresh. See, I had changed the data there. Now my data is totaling up to 253. Did you see, guys? Let me just recap. Earlier my data total, I just pressed Ctrl Z. Earlier my data total was 230. After pressing the refresh, it is 253. So essentially, I have automated my entire cleanup exercise, and now I am able to just refresh my final analysis in 2 steps. Isn't that interesting, guys and girls? If yes, do let me know with your comments in under the video. That's all for today. I hope you like the video, and we will meet up again in our another session. Till then, take care, stay safe. Thank you so much.